Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shanae. If you are not new here, welcome back. So in this video, I'll be showing you guys how I did these jumbo knotless braids on my daughter's hair with those little curly pieces. So if you're interested, continue watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So let's just jump into this video.
A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type.
So here I'm just showing you guys exactly what I used to achieve this look. All the details will be down in the description box for the braids that I used and also the curly hair that I used. But I'm just showing you guys everything that I prepped beforehand that I knew I was going to be using. So I'm using these expression braiding hair. It was a 52 inch. It has 3 bundles in the pack and they were already pre-stretched, so that is great. And I'm just going ahead and I am dividing up the pieces. So for each bundle, I divide it into 4 separate pieces. So that's exactly what you see me doing now. So for each piece will be 1 braid. That's how I always do it. So in a pack, I would basically have 12 braids. So now I'm splitting up each braid because I will be feeding in the braid. I'm splitting them up into smaller pieces. So as you can see, I split it into 2 and then I split those 2 again, so then I have 4 pieces, and then I put them down and I take 1 piece and I split it again into 2. So I use 6 pieces in total for 1 braid. Now to make my life much easier, I'm going ahead and I'm parting out all my sections in advance just so I know exactly how many rows I'm doing, kind of how many braids I'm doing, making sure it's all even. So that's what I'm doing right now. I will be doing a little heart at the side of Paris's head just to give it a little oomph. I seen a picture and I thought it was cute, so I'm like, let me try it out. So I just made a little curve, heart shape, and the next side a little curve to make that heart shape. I hope you guys can just follow what I'm doing. Like, it was pretty simple. I kind of just parted that section in half for sizing, and then I just basically did 2 round curves to make the top of the heart. So now I'm just parting the top portion and twisting it. That way I know what braids I'm doing. I'm only doing 2 braids there, and then there's the 1 heart braid at the bottom. And the same thing on the other side. There's going to be 1 braid at the bottom, substituting for that heart, and I'm going to have 2 braids on top. I like everything even, so I'm just starting at the top and I'm using the front part to guide me, as you can see. So where I split the front into two is where that top section is, and I'm only doing 3 rows in her head. So there's going to be the back row, the middle row, and that top row that lines up with the top rows of the front braids. So of course I'm going in with my ebon edge control like always, and I'm using it on her part just to make the part really nice and clean. And I'm also separating the curly hair because it all comes together, so I cut it in half and I'm just separating little pieces to add in. So this back row is going to have 3 braids, and I'm going to show you exactly how I braided it and how I added in the pieces and where I'm placing the edge control. So I'm really going to demonstrate to you guys on this braid, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of skip through the braiding process. You really want to make sure that the edge control is all over, literally all over that base portion, because that's what allows it to look nice and sleek and smooth. So as you can see, I'm rubbing it through. Make sure you grip it. Just make sure anytime you're braiding it, it just looks smooth. So do not be stingy on the edge control. So I start off by starting the braid, and before I finish the braid, I will add in a piece. So I'm using the 2 smaller pieces first, and then I start braiding down using the regular size pieces. So anytime you're doing feed-ins, you really want to judge how big or small you want the braid to be. And because I felt like the piece was going to be too big that I was adding in, I just split it in half and just added a smaller piece. So you can add in smaller pieces, you can do bigger pieces. It all depends on the size you want the braid to be. So you really have to judge it. And now I'm going in with the curly piece. So because her braids are long, I'm just taking a small piece that I'm holding down to, and that longer piece is going to be out of the braid. So I'm just braiding the end of this into my braid. That is literally it. And that's how I attach the curly pieces into the braid itself. So for the second row, I will be doing 4 braids, and I'm just demonstrating on one of the braids in this row as well.
Yeah, do I even care anymore? Taking my love for granted, thinking about us turning to dust. You said that I already know we're better when we're alone. I don't know what to say. You don't wanna be with me. I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? Then I'ma get out of your way. You don't wanna be with me. I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? Then I'ma get out. I wonder what will happen to us. Yeah, will we be friends or strangers? Feeling left out, losing our time. I miss how you make me laugh, how you make me lose my mind. You make my life every day. You said that I already know we're better when we're alone. I don't know what to say. You don't wanna be with me. I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? Then I'ma get out of your way. You don't wanna be with me. I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? Then I'ma get out. I don't wanna give it up tonight. I don't wanna give my life to someone else. Go ruin my night. I don't wanna give it up tonight. I don't wanna give my life to someone else. Go ruin my night. Go ruin my night. Go ruin my night. Thinking about what I would say. Getting better day by day. Same apartment, different place. Will I ever be the same? You don't wanna be with me. I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? Then I'ma get out of your way. You don't wanna be with me. I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? Then I'ma get out. I don't wanna give it up tonight. I don't wanna give my life to someone else. Go ruin my night. I don't wanna give it up tonight. I don't wanna give my life to someone else. Go ruin my night. I don't even know I am here. You've been so distant lately. Taking your time, losing my mind. Yeah, do I even care anymore? Taking my love for granted, thinking about us turning to dust. You said that I already know we're better when we're alone. I don't know what to say. You don't wanna be with me. I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? Then I'ma get out of your way. You don't wanna be with me. I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? Then I'ma get out. I wonder what will happen to us. Yeah, will we be friends or strangers? Feeling left out, losing our time. I miss how you make me laugh, how you make me lose my mind. You make my life every day. You said that
Okay guys, so I skipped that third row, but there was 3 braids in that third row, and now I'm just moving on to the side that had the heart. So as you can see, it was already parted up from the beginning, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add the edge control and do this 1 braid on the side.
Tonight, I don't wanna give my life to someone else. Thinking about what I would say, getting better day by day. Same apartment, different place. Will I ever be the same? You don't wanna be with me, I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? And I'ma get out of your way. You don't wanna be with me, I don't wanna give it up, baby. Is this really what you want? And I'ma get out. I don't wanna give it up tonight. I don't wanna give my life to someone else. Go ruin my night. I don't wanna give it up tonight. I don't wanna give my life to someone else. Go ruin my night.
So now I'm just going back and I'm parting the top section into two. So there will only be 3 braids on each side at the front. And you want to make sure that the hair is slick. My daughter has really thick hair. So I literally have to go like in between and comb it and make sure that it was able to braid well. So you want to make sure that you also take your time. So it wasn't until after I was trying to figure out how I wanted her braids to lay because I wanted to actually see the heart. So I'm just kind of bending it over, trying to put her braids in place, see how it is I want it to be. But she started feeling herself after a while for sure. So now I'm going to go ahead and kind of just style her edges a bit. She doesn't have much edges, so I'm just, you know, doing like a 1-2. So once the braids are how I want it, I'm going in with my Nairobi foam and I'm just putting it all over her head. And then I'm going to be using my Wrap It Up strips, tying it over her head, and using the blow dryer to just dry the hair now. Now I'm just separating her ends, so up into the curly pieces I'm just taking her ends because I want to dip them in hot water, but I don't want to put the curls in hot water because the hair is synthetic. You don't want it to matte, so I'm just putting the curls to the side and I'll be dipping the ends in hot water. So once the ends are dipped, that is basically it. That's the end. That was the last thing to do. So I hope you guys learned something, like especially if you made it this far in the video. I hope you were able to get something out of it. I hope you guys like this look. Paris loved it, so it's definitely kids friendly. Her braids were pretty long. I would not suggest doing the braids this long. I wasn't even thinking it was going to be this long, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.